So you're starting a business. That's fantastic. But right out of the gate, you're going to hit one of your first and most important decisions. How should you set it up? Are you a sole trader or are you a company? Let's break down what that choice really means. You've got the idea, you've got the passion, and you are ready to get going on this whole entrepreneurial journey. But hold on, before you even make your first dollar, there's this one foundational thing you've got to get right. And that decision is all about your business structure. I mean, this is literally the foundation for everything you're about to build. And trust me, getting it right from the start can save you a world of headaches down the road. Let's see how. To really get our heads around these two options, the best way is to follow a quick story. So, let's meet Alex. He's just starting out, and he's taking the most straightforward path you could imagine. So Alex is 16, and he wants to make some extra cash mowing lawns on the weekend. He doesn't fill out a bunch of complicated forms or anything. He just starts. People pay him for the work, and the money goes straight into his personal bank account. It's that simple. Now, what Alex has become, pretty much by default, is a sole trader. And here's the absolute key thing to understand. In the eyes of the law, there is no difference between Alex the person and Alex's lawn mowing. They are one and the same legal entity. A really great way to remember this is the one hat, one pocket rule. Alex is wearing the same hat, whether he's being the business owner or just being himself. And all the money from a mowing job or from his grandma for his birthday, it all lives in the exact same pocket. Now, this super simple setup is absolutely perfect for getting started, but what happens when that little side hustle starts to feel less like a hobby and more like a real business? Okay, fast forward a year. Business is booming. Alex is so busy, he's hired a friend to help him out. He's invested in some better, more expensive equipment, and he's even started landing bigger contracts with local businesses. Now, what's really interesting is that his risk has completely changed. With an employee, pricey gear, and formal contracts, there is suddenly so much more at stake. This growth and this brand new level of risk, well, it means Alex needs a different kind of structure. And this brings us to option number 2, setting up a company. The best way to think of a company is like building a separate legal robot that works for you. Seriously. This robot can own things, it can sign contracts, and it can even own money, all on its own, completely separate from you as a person. And this really highlights the key difference. Remember the sole trader's single pocket? Well, this business robot, it has its own pocket. Alex is still the one controlling it, but his money and the company's money are kept in totally separate places. So, Alex's story perfectly sets up this core idea, the simplicity of one pocket versus the protection of two. To really figure out which one is right for you, let's break down the differences across 3 really key areas. First, and honestly, this is the big one, risk. As a sole trader, if your business gets into debt, your personal assets, your car, your house, could be on the line to pay it back. With a company, the risk is generally contained inside the company box. If the business owes money, the company owes it, not you personally. This creates a huge, vital layer of protection. Next up, tax and money. Let's use a buckets analogy. A sole trader has one bucket. All the business profit flows directly into your personal income bucket, and it gets taxed at your personal tax rate. A company uses 2 buckets. First, the company makes a profit and pays tax in its own bucket, often at a different corporate tax rate. Then, you decide how to pay yourself from that bucket, maybe as a salary, and you're taxed on that. It just gives you more control, but it definitely has more rules. And finally, there's the cost and complexity. Being a sole trader is, by far, the cheapest and easiest way to go. There's hardly any paperwork. A company, on the other hand, costs more to set up, and it has ongoing compliance duties, things like filing annual reports. It's more powerful for sure, but it needs more maintenance. So how in the world do you choose? Well, there's no single right answer for everybody, but there are some very clear signals that can point you in the right direction. So here it is. Let's use a quick rule of thumb to help you decide which structure fits where you're at right now. A sole trader setup is probably perfect for you if you're just testing an idea, the financial risks are low, you're working by yourself, and your number one priority is just keeping things simple. Think of it as the perfect launchpad. But you should start seriously thinking about a company structure if your business is growing fast, you're signing bigger and bigger contracts, the risks are starting to climb, you're planning to hire people, and you just want that clean legal separation for your own protection and peace of mind. Ultimately, this decision is the foundation of your entire business. It's all about matching your structure to your ambition and your level of risk. And if you're ever in doubt, getting some expert advice that's tailored to your specific situation is always the smartest move you can make. Which really just leaves us with one final question. What foundation are you going to build your big idea on? Because choosing the right structure isn't just about paperwork. It's your first real strategic move as a business owner.